Most people think vision loss begins in the eyes. The research tells a different story. Vision declines quietly years earlier in the brain and in the metabolic systems that support the retina while you sleep. What is surprising is that one of the most powerful opportunities to protect eyesight does not happen during the day under bright light or with exercises for the eyes. It happens at night, during the window when your visual system repairs itself. Here is what the research shows. The retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the entire human body. It consumes enormous amounts of oxygen and nutrients, especially during sleep when cellular cleanup, antioxidant recycling, and photoreceptor repair are at their peak. If the brain does not have the right raw materials at that time, vision slowly degrades, not suddenly, not dramatically, but steadily. This matters because eyesight is not just about seeing clearly. Vision drives balance, reaction time, mood regulation, and even long-term brain health. Declines in visual acuity are strongly linked to reduced independence, higher cognitive load, and increased risk of neurodegenerative conditions. When vision weakens, the brain works harder to interpret the world. That extra effort quietly drains focus and mental energy. The powerful idea we will explore in this talk is simple but underappreciated. Certain nutrients consumed at the right time can directly support retinal repair, protect the optic nerve, and enhance nighttime visual system recovery. There is one humble seed in particular that activates multiple pathways involved in eye protection, antioxidant defense, and sleep-driven neural restoration. What makes this especially compelling is that the timing matters. Consumed before bed, the seed aligns with circadian biology, melatonin release, and overnight mineral transport into neural tissue. In other words, you are not just eating something healthy, you are supplying the visual system with precisely what it needs, exactly when it is programmed to rebuild. In this video, I will walk you through the neuroscience behind nighttime vision repair, the specific compounds that safeguard eyesight, and a simple evening protocol you can implement immediately. We will connect the biology of sleep, the brain, and the eyes into one clear, actionable system. By the end, you will understand not only what to eat before bed, but why it works, how it protects your vision long-term, and how to turn this into a quiet nightly habit that compounds benefits for years. Most people assume that protecting eyesight is about what you do during the day, wearing sunglasses, reducing screen time, or blinking more often. The surprising truth is that the most critical repair for your eyes happens at night while you sleep. Here's what the research shows. The retina is one of the most metabolically demanding tissues in your body. It uses more oxygen than even your brain on a per-gram basis, and this activity is not evenly spread out. It spikes during darkness when photoreceptors and supporting cells perform what scientists call retinal housekeeping. During sleep, the retina engages in a process known as photoreceptor renewal. Every day, light exposure causes tiny damage to these cells, and if the body does not repair them at night, cumulative damage leads to diminished visual acuity, difficulty seeing in low light, and accelerated age-related degeneration. Studies in retinal biology highlight that retinal pigment epithelial cells, which act like the retina's cleanup crew, work most efficiently during the dark hours, clearing out metabolic waste and regenerating key visual pigments. The brain is intimately involved in this process. Neural pathways connecting the retina to the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain's central circadian clock, orchestrate the timing of repair and antioxidant delivery. In simple terms, your eyes are not independent machines. They are extensions of your brain's metabolic rhythm. When your circadian system is disrupted, whether from late-night screen use, irregular sleep, or poor nutrient timing, the efficiency of this repair system declines, leaving your eyes vulnerable. A simple analogy is this. Imagine the retina as a busy city generating waste constantly. During the day, trucks try to keep up while traffic is heavy, but they cannot reach every corner efficiently. Nighttime sleep is like shutting down the streets and letting the cleanup crews work unhindered if you do not provide the right fuel, specific nutrients, and antioxidants. The trucks cannot function optimally, and debris accumulates, slowly degrading city infrastructure. This is why timing your nutrients matters. Certain compounds, if available at night, are absorbed and directed into the retina and neural tissues when repair processes are most active, not at breakfast, not at lunch, but precisely when your body is ready to use them. The practical takeaway is that your evening choices can either accelerate retinal repair or silently let degeneration occur. Before moving on, consider this. Have you noticed your night vision declining, or do you feel eye strain after long days? These subtle signals are the brain and retina communicating a need for support. Aligning sleep, circadian rhythm, and nutrient timing creates a foundation for lifelong visual health. And this is the principle that underlies the seed we will focus on. The seed we are focusing on is pumpkin seed, a small, unassuming powerhouse that delivers a combination of nutrients uniquely suited to nighttime eye repair. Here's what the research shows. Pumpkin seeds are exceptionally rich in zinc, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, all of which play direct roles in retinal health and visual function. Zinc in particular is concentrated in the retina, where it supports vitamin A metabolism and the regeneration of photoreceptor pigments. Without enough zinc, your eyes cannot efficiently produce rhodopsin, the molecule that allows you to see in low light. Magnesium contributes by supporting vascular health and maintaining proper circulation to the retina. Even minor reductions in microvascular flow can reduce nutrient delivery and accelerate degeneration. Meanwhile, the omega-3 fatty acids in pumpkin seeds, primarily alpha-linolenic acid, help reduce retinal inflammation and protect the optic nerve from oxidative stress. Studies in ophthalmology journals have repeatedly linked diets rich in these compounds to slower progression of age-related macular degeneration and improve visual acuity in older adults. Timing is critical. Consuming pumpkin seeds before bed ensures that these nutrients are available precisely when the retina is in repair mode. Your body absorbs zinc and fatty acids more efficiently during the overnight fast, and melatonin released in the evening actually enhances mineral transport into neural tissues, including the retina. In other words, your brain and eyes are primed to use these compounds, transforming a simple snack into a targeted intervention for vision preservation. A practical way to implement this is straightforward. A small handful, roughly 20 grams of raw pumpkin seeds, consumed 30 to 60 minutes before sleep provides sufficient zinc and omega-3Cs without overloading digestion. Some people prefer lightly roasted seeds, but raw ensures maximal antioxidant activity. Pairing them with a small protein source or a bit of healthy fat like a teaspoon of nut butter can further enhance absorption. Here's a simple behavioral tool. Make pumpkin seeds part of your nightly ritual. Keep a small jar by your bedside or in the kitchen where you prepare your evening routine. When you reach for them consistently, you are feeding your retinal repair system at the precise moment it is most active, while simultaneously reinforcing a habit that signals your body it is time to wind down. Zinc and vitamin A form a critical partnership in maintaining photoreceptor health. The cells in your retina that convert light into the electrical signals your brain interprets as vision. Here is what the science shows. Vitamin A is converted into retinol, the molecule that allows rods and cones to detect light, especially in low light conditions. Zinc acts as a co-actor in multiple enzymatic reactions that regenerate retinol after exposure to light. Without adequate zinc, even sufficient vitamin A cannot be fully utilized and night vision declines. Aging amplifies this issue. Studies in the field of ophthalmology consistently show that adults over 50 often have lower retinal zinc levels, contributing to slower visual pigment regeneration and reduced contrast sensitivity. This is one reason why many people notice difficulty driving at night or recognizing faces in dim lighting as they get older. The process is gradual but cumulative. Small deficits in zinc and vitamin A over years quietly weaken your photoreceptors. The analogy I like to use is a rechargeable battery. Imagine your photoreceptors as batteries that drain during the day from light exposure. Vitamin A is the energy source and zinc is the charger that allows full replenishment. If either is insufficient, the battery never fully recharges and performance declines. Over time, these partially charged batteries can lead to chronic low-light vision deficits. A simple practical framework to apply the science is called the evening nutrient alignment. It has 3 steps. Step 1, ensure you consume a source of zinc and vitamin A precursors before bed. Pumpkin seeds supply zinc while pairing them with a small serving of beta-carotene-rich foods like carrots or pumpkin can enhance retinal support. Step 2, optimize absorption by including a small amount of healthy fat. Step 3, allow your body to enter deep sleep without interruption, as many of these enzymatic processes are sleep dependent. Consider this question. Have you noticed that after a poor night of sleep, colors seem duller or low-light vision feels weaker? That is not coincidence. Your retinal pigment regeneration was compromised. By aligning zinc and vitamin A intake with sleep, you are actively improving the odds that your photoreceptors fully recharge each night, supporting both immediate visual performance and long-term eye health. Integrating this insight into your nightly routine transforms a simple habit. Eating a handful of seeds into a science-backed intervention that sustains your eyesight over decades. It is not about dramatic changes. It is about small, consistent actions that compound into lasting visual resilience. Omega-3 fatty acids are often discussed in the context of heart or brain health, but they play an equally critical role in maintaining retinal integrity. The retina contains a high concentration of doasic inoic acid, or DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid that is essential for photoreceptor membrane fluidity and signal transmission. Without adequate DHA, the retinal cells become less efficient at converting light into electrical signals, which over time can contribute to blurred vision, reduce contrast sensitivity, and increase susceptibility to oxidative stress. Research in ophthalmology has consistently linked higher dietary omega-3 intake with slower progression of age-related macular degeneration. A study published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that participants with sufficient omega-3 levels had a significantly lower risk of retinal cell apoptosis, the programmed cell death that underlies many degenerative eye conditions. Omega-3s also modulate inflammatory pathways. Chronic inflammation in the retina accelerates damage and impairs visual function. By consuming omega-3 rich foods like pumpkin seeds before bed, you are providing these protective compounds precisely when the retina is undergoing repair. Timing again is critical. During deep sleep, retinal cells are actively recycling damaged components, generating new photoreceptor membranes, and restoring electrical signaling capacity. Omega-3s supplied before sleep are incorporated more effectively into these membranes, enhancing repair and reducing inflammation. In practical terms, consuming pumpkin seeds, which contain alpha-linolenic acid, in the evening aligns nutrient availability with the peak activity of retinal repair. A simple tool to implement is to combine pumpkin seeds with a small portion of another omega-3 source if desired. For example, a teaspoon of ground flaxseed or chia seeds. The key is to make this a consistent pre-sleep habit so your body learns that these nutrients will be available when repair processes are active. Over time, this nightly ritual becomes automatic, supplying the retina and optic nerve with compounds that directly support visual performance and long-term eye health. If you are finding this actionable, subscribing now ensures you receive more science-backed tools for optimizing brain and body function. Consider also observing how your night vision responds over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Small changes in clarity, reduced strain, and improved low light adaptation are often the first signs that your retina is benefiting from this simple adjustment. Even the most nutrient-rich foods will have limited impact if your body is not primed to use them at the right time. This is where circadian biology comes into play. Your body's internal clock governs everything from hormone release to nutrient absorption, and the retina is no exception. During the evening, as darkness signals the brain, melatonin levels rise. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It also enhances mineral transport, including zinc and magnesium, into neural tissues and the retina. Without this circadian alignment, much of the zinc and other antioxidants you consume may not reach the cells that need them most. Research on chronutrition shows that timing nutrient intake with circadian rhythms amplifies bioavailability and efficacy. One study found that evening supplementation of zinc led to higher retinal concentrations compared to morning dosing. Similarly, antioxidant activity in the retina peaks during the night, meaning that supplying nutrients before sleep coincides perfectly with the body's natural repair schedule. In other words, timing determines whether nutrients become building blocks for repair or are simply excreted. A simple analogy is watering a garden. Pour water on the soil when the sun is blazing and much of it evaporates before reaching the roots. Water the garden in the evening and the soil absorbs it deeply. Similarly, taking pumpkin seeds or other vision-up supporting nutrients at night ensures maximal absorption and delivery to the retina and optic nerve. A practical framework to leverage this biology is what I call the nighttime alignment protocol. Step 1, consume a small nutrient-rich serving of pumpkin seeds 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Step 2, minimize exposure to bright light and screens during this window to allow melatonin to rise naturally. Step 3, allow at least 6 to 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep, giving the retina time to perform its repair and recycling processes fully. Step 4, make this a consistent nightly habit, reinforcing both circadian rhythm and nutrient timing. Ask yourself, are your evenings structured to support this repair window, or are they filled with late-night blue light, irregular meals, and rush routines? By consciously creating a prelia ritual around nutrient timing, you not only feed your eyes, but also strengthen your circadian rhythm, sleep quality, and overall neural health. Now that we understand the science behind retinal repair, nutrient support, and circadian timing, let's translate it into a simple, actionable bedtime protocol that anyone can implement. The goal is to create a habit that reliably delivers the nutrients your eyes need while aligning with your natural sleep-driven repair processes. Step 1 is the core nutritional intervention. A small handful, roughly 20 grams of raw pumpkin seeds consumed 30 to 60 minutes before bed. These seeds supply zinc, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, all of which support photoreceptor regeneration, reduce retinal inflammation, and strengthen the optic nerve. Pairing the seeds with a small amount of fat, like a teaspoon of almond butter or a few nuts, enhances absorption of fat, soluble compounds, and antioxidants. Step 2 focuses on timing and environment. Dim lights in the hour before bed. Avoid screens and allow melatonin to rise naturally. This window is when your retina is most receptive to nutrients, when enzymatic repair processes are at their peak, and when oxidative stress is minimized. Even small interruptions like late-night snacking with high-sugar foods or checking your phone can blunt the effectiveness of this repair cycle. Step 3 is sleep duration and quality. Aim for at least 6 to 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep. During deep sleep, retinal pigment epithelial cells perform the majority of their cleanup, photoreceptor membranes are renewed, and antioxidants are recycled. This is why consistency matters. Short or fragmented sleep reduces nutrient uptake into the retina, leaving photoreceptors partially unprotected. Step 4 is habit integration. Make pumpkin seeds part of your nightly ritual. Keep a small jar by the kitchen counter or bedside. Over time, this simple behavior will become automatic, signaling your body that it is time to wind down while simultaneously feeding your visual system the materials it needs to thrive. The key is consistency over weeks and months, allowing cumulative benefits to strengthen low-light vision, reduce strain, and support long-term eye health. Finally, observe your results. You may notice improved night vision, reduced eye fatigue, or even sharper focus in dim environments. These subtle changes are early indicators that your retinal repair system is benefiting from targeted nutrient support. Combine this habit with regular exposure to daylight, eye-friendly exercises, and a diet rich in antioxidants, and you are creating a comprehensive science-based strategy to preserve and enhance vision naturally. By aligning nutrient timing, circadian biology, and sleep with simple dietary habits, you are taking control of your eyesight in a profoundly effective way. Tonight, when you reach for those seeds, remember you are feeding your eyes at the exact moment they are primed to rebuild, protect, and strengthen. A small, consistent action that compounds into lasting visual resilience. If this strategy resonates with you, make it a nightly ritual and take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Join a community committed to using science-backed strategies to optimize health, brain function, and quality of life. Let's bring together what we have explored. Vision is not a static trait. It is a dynamic system that relies on continuous repair, nutrient support, and precise timing. The retina and optic nerve are among the most metabolically active tissues in your body, demanding targeted antioxidants, minerals, and fatty acids to maintain function. When these resources are insufficient or poorly timed, photoreceptors degrade, night vision falters, and your brain works harder to process visual information, quietly affecting focus, balance, and cognitive performance. We have seen that pumpkin seeds, a humble but nutrient-dense food, deliver zinc, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, the exact compounds your eyes need for repair. When consumed 30 to 60 minutes before sleep, these nutrients align with melatonin-driven mineral transport, circadian timing, and deep sleep processes. This combination maximizes retinal regeneration, reduces inflammation, and supports long-term optic nerve health. Beyond the biology, the most powerful takeaway is behavioral. Consistency matters more than intensity. A small nightly ritual repeated over weeks and months compounds into measurable improvements in low-light vision, reduced eye strain, and enduring retinal health. Pairing this habit with proper sleep, dim evening lighting, and a nutrient-rich diet creates a foundation for visual resilience that persists as you age. So here's the challenge tonight. Take 20 grams of pumpkin seeds before bed. Observe your environment. Reduce bright light exposure and allow your body to enter restorative sleep. Commit to this simple habit for the next month and note subtle changes in focus, visual clarity, and overall eye comfort. Your eyes are the gateway to how you perceive the world, influence your interactions, and maintain independence as you age. By applying these science-backed strategies, you are taking an active role in protecting one of your most vital senses. If this video helped you understand how to naturally support your eyesight, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. By joining this community, you gain access to more research-driven tools to optimize brain function, physical health, and life performance. Remember, small deliberate actions repeated consistently have the power to transform your vision and your